Hello, my fellow CBCers and anybody else who may be tuning into this video. Pardon this brief interruption. I just want to ask you a question. Sitting here this morning, Thursday morning, at our Thursday morning 10 o'clock Bible study, which, by the way, if you're available, Thursday mornings, 10 o'clock, every Thursday at 10, we sit right here in the back of the sanctuary and we talk about notes and thoughts and ideas from the previous week's sermon. So today we were talking about the text from Ezra 7 through 10, and we came across this one passage. I mentioned something about it Sunday, but we talked about it this morning in such a profound way. So I just want to ask you, I want to read this, I want to ask you a simple question to think about as we're just continuing together through this Ezra and Nehemiah series. Ezra chapter 8, verse 21, it says, Ezra, after he was provided for by the king, and the king was opening up the door and providing for the needs, the people were starting to come back in the second wave. It says, I proclaimed a fast there, Ezra 8:21, at the river of Ahava, that we might humble ourselves before our God and to seek from him a safe journey for ourselves, our children, and all of our goods. Ezra knew that God, by God's grace, the king of all kings, had moved the heart of the king, the earthly king, a foreign nation, a foreign god who worshiped foreign gods, to move in the heart of the king, stirred up his spirit to allow the people of Israel to come back. And in doing so, they proclaimed a fast so that they were seeking the true king, the king of all kings, from him a safe journey. Well, because he had told the king, it's God who is providing for us. It's God who is providing for all of our needs. It is God who is keeping us safe. Chapter 8, verse 22 says this, For I was ashamed to ask the king for a band of soldiers and horsemen to protect us against the enemy on our way, since we had told the king, the hand of our God is for good on all who seek him, and the power of his wrath is against all who forsake him. I was ashamed to ask the king for help, for soldiers, for protection along the way, because I'd already told the king that the hand of our God is protecting us and guiding us. And so Ezra says, because I'd already told him that spiritually we are provided for by God, we don't need your help. And now I realize maybe I do need a little bit of help along the way. And it says he was ashamed to ask the king. So here's the question I want to ask. Is there something that you need to be asking for that you're not asking? We go to God in prayer and we go to God in prayer, but is God providing a way, resources, people all around us through the body of Christ, through even foreign kings and foreign nations who might actually have the help that we need, but sometimes out of our pride, out of our even just, our faith, we just trust God and trust God and trust God, but maybe God has already provided the answer. It's right there and we're just afraid to ask for help. I think it's a great thing just for us to think about. We had just a wonderful discussion about this morning. So I just wanted to jump on here for this brief little interruption to ask you one question. What is it that maybe we're afraid to ask for some help? And we know it's right there. We're praying, we're fasting, we're doing all the things that we need to do, but the help it's right there. Somebody brought up that old illustration of here I am, the rains are pouring in and my house is flooding and I'm praying for God. God will provide. And, an officer comes to the door to provide a ride out. And no, God's providing. And then the waters are rising. I'm up on my roof and somebody comes by in a canoe and, hey, jump in. No, God is providing. A helicopter comes by and, hey, jump in. We'll get you out of here safe. No, the waters rise. I drown and I die and I go to heaven. I say, God, where were you? I provided you all these ways out. It was right there. You didn't ask for help. You didn't jump in. What is it that we might need to ask for help? What are we maybe ashamed to ask about? So think about that as we continue studying Ezra and Nehemiah. This Sunday, we're going to be looking at the first 6-7 chapters of the book of Nehemiah. I hope to see you Sunday, either in-house, in person here. I see your seats available right here somewhere, or maybe I'll see you this way online via YouTube. So God bless you guys. I'll see you soon.